Well, I'm here with Mr. Michael Russell, who is making history here this year at the TT with quite a phenomenal entry. He's got quite a list that he's entered into this year. He's going to fill us in on exactly what he's going to be riding here these next 2 weeks. And he had a great day yesterday, like so many others did. So we're just going to have a little catch up with him now. Michael, oh my gosh, you've got quite the 2 weeks ahead of you. Tell us a bit about why you decided to enter so many classes.
I think it was actually just a drunken mistake, to be fair. And as we got closer and closer to the TT, we realised that it really wasn't the best idea. Limited budget, experienced team of, ex-Kremlin, RAF guys and everything else, and a tag-on Navy guy, So we've just all come here and just trying to enjoy the TT, really. It's what it's all about. We came up with the idea when I started getting involved with sidecars. Sidecars have always fascinated me ever since we came to the TT. We had we were partnering with Gary Bryant years ago, and it was like basically borrowing his tools for the whole TT. It was, and sort of having a look around his sidecar outfit was quite interesting. And then chatting to the late great Paul Shoesmith, who had just acquired a sidecar with the idea of doing the TT. We decided to, well, he was sort of saying, it's actually quite, think about the way the TT course works, it'd be quite good. And that's where it sort of stemmed from, really. So we got involved with sidecars, but again, you don't know how you're going to get on with sidecars until you sort of buy one. No one's going to lend you a 40 grand sidecar to go and try it. So we purchased a sidecar, had a go, fell in love with it instantly. It's like go-karting on speed, and that's where the idea came from. Let's develop this into doing the TT. Then the whole class side of things came about with, well, we can do it, so let's try it. Spoke to the ACU. Well, yeah, you can. So we've been a bit cheeky with it. Obviously, Ernie Coach back in 1980 did the same amount of races, but not every class in the same year, which we're sort of been a bit cheeky with that sort of angle. But he also was the passenger in the sidecar rather than the driver. So we're going to be the first rider as such to do every class. That's the plan, and fingers crossed we can. We've come here with new bikes, we've not sat on anything other than the sidecar, trying to get comfy in that. It's a big ask. And then walking around the TT course last night behind Molly, that's in itself is pretty special. You can't say you can see, that was the closest I'll see him all year, all TT, but to say that we're sort of in there with Molly following around is actually quite special, to be fair. Same as when I did my first newcomers lap as a solo rider, behind Chris Palmer. It's a special moment, so that was special in itself. And then, excuse me, we had that first sighting lap. It was a sighting lap, I was like, this place is not the same. And the bumps are just ridiculous. I mean, that we've got a little bit of suspension, and you still get your eyeballs rattled around your head. That thing, I was getting kicked out of everything. I was like, it's great fun, but there is a section that I definitely need to work on, and that's from the start finish to the finish. So yeah, we're going to get there with it. It's going to be good fun. So I can't wait. Freddie's jumped on board lastminute.com, brilliant young French lad that's a lovely passenger, and he'll make my sidecar experience really, I think he'll bolster it, but we got on the bike last night, and we've got electronic issues, you name it, it's TT, you're always going to have issues, but I'd rather have issues now than have no issues. So at least we can just keep going and building that momentum to race day, and putting hopefully a strongish performance and a safe performance. That's the main one. So yeah, slightly different to solos, I have to say, but probably more enjoyable.
Interesting. So you've had quite a lot of support. It's such an incredible story, and then obviously the kind of guy that you are, and the relationships that you've built in racing. So I know that you've had a lot of support from 1946, the Sorry Mate guys. You've had so many people come on board to support you, to get you here, because not just for one bike, but for all of the classes that you entered in. So how difficult was that to bring everybody together?
Well, it was, we're just very fortunate. We've got Jeff from Pipeworks Bikes who came on board for TT 2020, and he came on board with the super bike, super stock bike for the big bike class, and that's where the momentum came. So Pipeworks Bikes came on board, and that's their main sponsor, and hopefully they'll get some publicity from the big bike. And then we had 600 came on board, then we had this, Aprilia came on board. So we've, Fraser Evans was like, what bike do you want for the lightweight? We were looking at different options and stuff, and it was like, well, actually the Aprilia, because in theory I know it's a privateer story, this, but we buy the bikes, we use it, and we sell it, so it doesn't actually cost the sponsors that much money. Does that make sense? So it's a little bit of a cheapskate way of doing it, but unfortunately it's the only way we could do it, and they were happy, and I was happy because I got the bike. So yeah, to get everyone together, to get the truck, give us the space in the awning, if we can build that momentum, I'd love to make it a little bit more professional and actually sort of push for, top 10, top 5 results. But that's in years to come, hopefully. So getting everyone together. I mean, I've got so many people behind me. It's, I'm a grey-haired old codger that can't really do much on a motorbike, but no one's figured that one out yet. So while they're still playing around with helping us out, we'll do it. But there are so many people in the background, all these guys helping out now this is like the sort of tip of the iceberg. There has been, I can't thank everyone enough really, and then obviously just the general public, with the Club 55 thing and the PayPal stuff, it just helps you get to the TT and fingers crossed succeed at the TT, and get those finishes you need. So yeah, heartfelt thanks to everyone that's helped out, and even last night just getting around the TT course as well. On the solo you sort of give a little finger, a little wave or whatever and stuff like that to the guys waving back at you, or in some cases jumping up and down like headless chickens, which is what Daz would be doing if he was out there. But it's really nice to see it and just get back around the TT course as well. So it's been amazing actually.
Special to be here again, isn't it, after 3 years?
The feeling getting on that boat, I have to say, Hailey, was emotional actually. Getting on the boat, when you got the vans loaded and everything else, and you're going to the TT, that is when for me it was, it was emotional. I mean, I'd live here in a heartbeat. I love the place, and going around last night, I can't tell you, just thinking about it now my heart's going, so it is just a magical place. It's the TT course, it's the TT, it's the atmosphere, it's everything. So hopefully everyone has a safe, fun, fast ride out there and really enjoys it.
Agreed. Well, listen, we cannot wait to see what you do this next fortnight. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
We'll try.
And keep an eye on this guy. It's going to be phenomenal 2 weeks for him and the team. Support him wherever you can. And we'll be back again with plenty of content over the next 2 weeks.